Hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of Omnibros Live on a Wednesday, news plus Q&A, as I like to type it out. Welcome back, part of the Omnibus Collectors Network. Thank you for joining. It looks to be a solo Geo night, so if you're into that sort of thing, then you're in luck, because, yeah. So welcome back to the channel. Today we got a wide assortment of topics, from TV reviews to movie news to comic book news, and of course your lovely feedback in the chat and all that wonderful stuff. Of course, let's pay some bills, right? Let's thank our sponsor for today's episode. That is, of course, the folks at InStockTrades.com, your home for all things collected editions, whether it be an omnibus, hardcover, trade paperback. If you're looking for the latest Hawkeye inspired book, if you're looking for Doctor Strange material, any Marvel book, DC, if you're looking for manga, whatever it may be, if it's a collected edition, you got to check out InStockTrades.com. Typically up to 50% off, but nowadays you got up to 60% off on special deals. Loyalty discounts tack on an extra 2% to that. If you don't order $50 or more, you get free shipping, fantastic customer service, and wonderful packaging courtesy of the folks at InStockTrades.com, the official sponsor of Omnibros Live here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. And speaking of, next week, I think it would be next Thursday, the final show of the year, In Stock Trades is, of course, giving out that monthly $50 gift card. It's open to international waters. Anybody can participate and join in on all the fun. That's next Thursday, so be sure to log in and watch the show live so you can participate and take a swing at that $50 gift card, courtesy of our sponsor. We love In Stock Trades. Shout out to James, who's in the holiday spirit. Thank you for joining once again, buddy. Thank you so much. So today, I got three main topics, and whatever you guys want to throw at me, I'll be willing to talk about it. So the first thing that I want to mention is this broke, I want to say, was this yesterday? Yes. Dark Horse Comics finally found a buyer. You might remember they announced a couple of weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago or something like that, that they were looking to get to sell the publisher. Let me share this news report. This is from the Hollywood Reporter, if I remember correctly. There are a lot of news outlets out there, folks. So yeah, let's get this on screen so you guys have some context here. This broke out yesterday, but we weren't live yesterday. So Dark Horse Comics was sold to the gaming group called Giant for the gaming giant Embracer Group. Sorry, that's a little tongue twister there. The indie publisher home to Hellboy, Umbrella Academy, blah blah blah. The publisher's new owner, which has 9,000 employees globally, is touting the untapped potential of the Dark Horse library, noting that 159 of its 170 owned properties have yet to be optioned for film and TV shows. Dark Horse, we don't need 170 pitches for TV shows. Just saying. Umbrella Academy adaptation, blah, blah, blah. And there was a statement here from Mike Richardson, the CEO of Dark Horse, which says, where is it? Oh, here it is. The synergies that exist with the Embracer network of companies promise exciting new opportunities, not only for Dark Horse, but also for the creators and companies we work with. I've had a number of compelling conversations with Embracer CEO, and I'm very impressed with him and what he and his team have built. I have to say, the future of our company has never looked brighter. Financial terms of the deal were not disclosed. We're probably going to find that out much later in the year, because I believe, the deal is expected to close in early 2022. Dark Horse sold very fast. They have either must have been in very bad money trouble, or Embracer has been talking to them for a while. I think they've been talking with them for a while. I think the money problems might contribute to that, but I don't think they were in that bad of a spot, considering some of their books and some of their IPs, even though it's creator centric and creator owned, they make a lot of money, and the branding's there, right? Hellboy will always sell. Dark Horse Comics, Umbrella Academy's huge thanks to the Netflix adaptation, and Dark Horse has a huge catalog of manga that they can milk, and you got stuff like Berserk, which is a hot seller to this day, the regular tankobons and the deluxe editions. So I don't think they were as money tight as we were led to believe. Obviously, I'm just speculating here, but nonetheless, it's good, I guess, that they move forward. I don't know what is going to happen to the specific properties that they have. All the creator-owned books, are they going to move along with them? Are they part of the deal? Do they now have to look for a different publisher? What's going to happen there? What's going to happen to all the manga licenses? Is Dark Horse going to lose its name branding and it's going to be like Embracer Comics or something like that? I would hate for that to happen because we're so used to the Dark Horse name, logo, and branding, so it would be a little bit weird if we lost that. I like when we lost Vertigo, it's still under Warner Brothers and DC, so it's not the same. But it's going to be weird if all of a sudden you get new reprints, maybe in like 2023 of Hellboy, and it doesn't say Dark Horse, it says something else, and it doesn't have the little logo. But it's interesting. Obviously, we need to see what will happen. Nothing's going to change right away, by the way, if anybody's worried about that. The manga will still be put out. All the stuff that's solicited for this year, we have solicits up to the start of the summer, I think. Those are still going to come out. I think it'll be business as usual. I think it'll change moving forward in 2023. That's my honest take on it. But still, pretty interesting. Kind of crazy to see that happen to a publisher like that. We've had Dark Horse for so many years. It's a staple. I mean, yeah, it's an indie publisher, but they're pretty famous. I wouldn't necessarily call them indie. With 300 IPs. Come on now. But still, pretty exciting to find out that they're not going under and they're going to continue. That's always good. Hayden, thank you for joining. Happy Wednesday to the king of positivity. I try. I'm no king, but I try to stay positive, even in the crappy times. So yeah, Dark Horse. Moving on. The two reviews. Am I going to review? Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. Let's take that out of the out of the way. I did see Hawkeye today. Naturally, I'm going to review it. I haven't seen the Spider-Man movie. I don't think I'm going to see it anytime soon. I kind of know all of what happens thanks to some Reddit spoilers. But still, it's not the same as actually going to the theater and seeing it. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So if you guys can avoid spoiling it for me, that'd be great. I'd appreciate that. I already know a few of the big stuff that happens, but I'm still going to be excited to see it eventually. Hawkeye, I think did I talk about it? Did I talk about it when it started? I think I did. 6 episodes. I didn't know how I was going to react to it because Hawkeye's kind of always been my favorite Avenger. Growing up reading Avenger stories, I just like that he had a freaking bow and arrow. That always appealed to me. But ever since they got big, the Avengers franchise and all that stuff, I really gravitated towards Hawkeye. He's one of my favorite characters. So I was excited to see the continuation of the series. And the fact, or the character, sorry, in the MCU, and I liked that it's in the present time and it's after Endgame because I don't like this jumping around stuff and me trying to figure out the confusing timeline. So this is after Endgame, and I thought everybody did a solid job. Jeremy Renner, I think this is his best work as a Hawkeye, in my honest opinion. Very relatable character, a very wholesome tenure as Clint Barton, and his worry about protecting his family and all that stuff. I really enjoyed that. Newcomer Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop, I think she knocked it out of the park, and she is the showstopper from this. Everybody, from what I've seen online, everybody's really liking her performance. I did as well. We got Lucky, the pizza dog, which was always a treat in the comics, and now in live action, the dog is absolutely cute as hell and did a fantastic job. Such a good boy. Although it was a girl, but you know what I mean. What else? The character we had a lot of interconnected Easter eggs for this series. I mean, you got street level, and don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything. We had street level comics Easter eggs. We had callbacks to older Avengers stories, like the what's this guy's name? Tony Dalton's character, the swordsman, or however he's called. Yeah. So we had that, and we also have the mystery of Clint's family, which I thought was really, really cool. I really appreciated that. We got that reveal at the end, which I thought was pretty conclusive. I saw some people doubting it and some articles, but I'm like, yeah, that is the character that everybody's thinking of. We also had the introduction of Maya Lopez, which also brings a whole bag of goodies when it comes to the Marvel Universe. Obviously, her connections to certain crime bosses and certain superheroes in the Marvel world, like Daredevil. Obviously, Daredevil does not show up, but the connection's there, and she's getting her own spin-off shows, so who knows how that could play out. We also knew already that Yelena was going to show up thanks to the Black Widow movie, the stinger scene from that, and she's in this show as well. So you have that connection. So really, it was a really grounded show that played a lot with the street level side of Marvel, and that's honestly one of the most exciting things about Marvel, because yeah, grandiose epic adventures are great. But heroes like Spider-Man, Daredevil, even Hawkeye, for example, they're much more grounded. Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, stuff like that. So it's always great to see that stuff. I find that really relatable compared to Thor fighting an alien monster in one of the 9 realms or something like that. So it's always great. And I think Marvel, the cinematic universe, has always excelled when they do grounded stories like that. I mean, still to this day, one of my all-time favorite movies is Winter Soldier, and that is such a grounded movie with the spy thriller aspects and all that. So I was really excited for Hawkeye, and I think they pulled that off really well. The chemistry between the two Hawkeyes were great, really wholesome and endearing. I love how Kate really looks up to Clint, and that speech that she gives at the near the end of the series on what it means to be a hero, and you don't have to be the flashiest guy to be a hero and make a stand and fight for what's right, and all those themes are really awesome. I really enjoyed that. The ending for it, I kept reminding myself that it is a season finale. I thought it was going to be a series. I didn't know if we were going to get more Hawkeye seasons, so that's awesome. And as I was watching it, I'm like, man, this is kind of low key for a finale. I mean, there are some fights. They aren't as grand and spectacular as one would think. There's that scene at the end with the whole bunch of the two Hawkeyes fighting in Rockefeller Plaza with the trick arrows and all that stuff. That was visually impressive. But other than that, the main fights that occur are kind of short and a little subdued. I think they could have gone a little bit more crazy with them. That's just my opinion. And when it ended and it moved to the final scenes of the season, I thought, oh, okay, so this is, yeah, it's a season. I get it. If it were a series finale, if you will, or an ending, it would have been a little bit disappointing. But the fact that we are promised more episodes later is exciting, and I am totally on board for more for a second season. And yeah, really enjoyed it. Trying to be super vague here, just in case, because that episode aired today, the season finale. I don't want to ruin it. There's a surprise character that it was rumored since the first tease in, I think, episode 3, and we finally got that in episode 5, and then episode 6, we really got that, and that was amazing because it deviated from what we previously knew, and they played that character's card much more to the heart of the comics, with the strength and physique and all that stuff. I thought was excellently done. Actually, another thing, the fight choreography for the most part was really fun. Sometimes it was a little bit clunky, but it still stayed fun. And the dynamics and wholesomeness of the characters really made the show what it is. It had a really cool street charm to it. It may not be the best written material because it did kind of get kind of tropey towards the end with certain aspects, being a thriller and an action series with spy-ish elements, and the two Hawkeyes trying to get to the bottom of things and finding out the mystery of what's really happening, yada yada. It's nothing groundbreaking and new, but it's still fun. And the fact that, again, grounded in reality in the streets of New York really makes everything alive and popping, in my opinion. I would rank it. Um, I would rank it just below WandaVision for me. WandaVision's still my favorite of the MCU shows. I think it would be WandaVision, Hawkeye, Loki, and what's the other one? Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then the What If animated show. They all have good qualities to them and bad qualities, but that would be my ranking so far. Raphael, thank you for joining. Enjoyed Hawkeye, but got the impression that it would play better as a 2-hour movie with a better budget. Yeah, I agree with you. I think they could have done a Hawkeye movie for Disney Plus because it's such a simple story and it takes place over the course of what, a week or something like that, a week or two. That as I was watching it, I think I got to episode 4 and I was like, man, we're still on this. why haven't we why haven't we done anything with this? So they kept stretching things out, especially with Kate's mom and all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, we could speed things up. So I think that's probably why I found the finale not as grandiose as I would have wanted. But there's still enough Easter eggs and the connections to the street side of Marvel that I really enjoyed. And the implications of a certain character are amazing. And I cannot wait. Lars, thank you for joining. Hi, Geo. I know you did not like the animation, but Blade Runner Black Lotus is pretty good. I will check it out eventually because it's Blade Runner, and I love that franchise. I'm not a fan of the animation, but I will check it out. Joe, thank you for joining. Good evening, everybody. Hawkeye was amazing, second best MCU series next to WandaVision for me. Yes. I'm being a little bit nitpicky, but trust me, I really enjoyed it. It's just a critique. Don't get upset that I'm trashing or anything. It was a lot of fun. Again, I'm a huge Hawkeye fan of the character, and I think Jeremy Renner does a great job in showing a very vulnerable side and very human side to the character. He's not Captain America and Thor. He's just a regular guy. Happens to be a spy, and he's got all the aches and scars to prove it. I thought the pacing on Hawkeye wasn't bad. Didn't feel stretched out to me. I could see that. Yeah, it's just for me. I thought I thought it could, if it was grouped together, make a. I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna download all the episodes and stitch them all up together and make a movie out of that. I'll watch that, and I think it'll flow surprisingly well. If you take out the recaps and all that stuff, the credits, I think it would be pretty cool. Hawkeye takes place during the same time as No Way Home without going into any spoilers. I read some of that because I was looking at an Easter eggs list because I like to check that out after I watch a show, and I heard about that. I really thought Hawkeye is the best Disney Marvel TV show. Yes. It's high up there, man. Hawkeye was awesome because my favorite. Sorry, rewind. Hawkeye was awesome. It became my favorite Disney Plus Marvel show, but hopefully that'll change with Moon Knight. Super excited for that. I am too, buddy. I am super hyped for Moon Knight and especially Secret Invasion and She-Hulk. Those are my three hyped shows, and if they do good, I think those will be my top three out of everything. Secret Invasion's my favorite Avenger story, and She-Hulk is one of my all-time favorite characters. I'm excited for that. I'm going to be that person and say the big bad character shouldn't have been in the episode just hinted at, other than the photo cameo last week, so they could focus more on Echo and Yelena. I can see that as well. You have a good point there because I saw some articles. People were saying, like, oh, Black Widow is not Black Widow. Hawkeye is the eulogy Black Widow deserves and stuff like that. So if they would have made the conflict between Yelena and Hawkeye a little bit meatier and juicier, because that final confrontation, while great, I don't know. I think it could have been played out a little differently. Um, Also, keep in mind, she is going to be our new Black Widow, so she can't stay like super evil. So we have to redeem that relationship pretty quickly, so we can get on board of being new fans of the new Black Widow, if you know what I mean. But I can see that. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. I forgot about that aspect. Yeah, and the hint and the flashback in the season finale, I think would have been enough. But it was still really cool to see that fight between that character at the end. Boba Fett next week. My man, I am so excited for that. Finally, justice for my favorite Star Wars character. I've been a fan for ages of Boba Fett, and I got to be honest. I'm not dissing on the Mandalorian. It's a great show, whatever. The only reason I got on board with the Mandalorian is because of the Mandalorians, because we didn't have Boba Fett. So I'm like, well, this is the next best thing. So I'm going to jump on board on that. And it turns out season 2 was phenomenal, and we got actually Boba Fett back. So I'm really excited. This is the show for me compared to everything else that was announced Star Wars related. They're cool, and I'm going to watch them all, but this is the one I'm hyped for. I hope it's excellent. So yeah, Hawkeye was a lot of fun, really great, and I'm looking forward to more. Obviously, I'm excited that there's a season 2 because obviously the relationship between Kate and Clint is really wholesome and nice, and I can't wait to see what else they do. Speaking of wholesome and nice, we had the trailer, which I was not paying any attention, so I didn't know that was dropping for Doctor Strange. What is the movie called? Multiverse of Madness. Now, there's a lot to unpack without spoiling things. The Doctor Strange trailer. Okay, I was not aware that we were gonna continue the threads of the What If show, and I'm not a fan of that What If show at all. So when I saw the trailer and certain aspects of it, I'm like, sons of bitches. You're really pulling from the freaking What If show, and now we're going to reference back to that thing. I thought I was done with What If, but it still continues. Certain character from the What If episodes, the Doctor Strange episodes, I pretty much think it's confirmed that that's the character. I mean, it could be a red herring, it could be something else, it could be Nightmare or another Doctor Strange villain disguised as an evil Doctor Strange, or not. It could just be Strange Supreme. I think that was the character's name. It could be that. Also, we had the reveal in the trailer for Shumagorath, and okay, I've posted this twice on a private chat. Somebody's told me no, that's not him. It's another character because of a Lego leaked set. And I'm like, yeah, but you can't deny that it straight up looks like Shuba. Okay? I know the Lego set indicates that it's another tentacle monster, but this just looks straight up like Shuma. So they're either fixing the Lego set and they didn't want to spoil it, or they're combining the two tentacle monsters into one tentacle monster. But come on, it's gotta be my boy Shuma. That's I love that character from Marvel versus Capcom, not necessarily the comics. How many people who skipped it are going to say it's Mephisto? Yeah, yeah, that could be a thing. That could be a plot thread in the YouTube community. I could see that happening on famous channels. Is it Mephisto disguised as Doctor Strange? Like, no, not really. At this point, I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna use Mephisto, to be honest. And if they do, it better be creative and surprising, because we've been hearing Mephisto ever since WandaVision was announced. Jesus. And he hasn't shown up yet. So yeah, the movie had a really badass poster. Finally, Marvel got their shit together and put a decent, amazing looking poster, because those Spider-Man ones look atrocious. So I'm really excited. The movie comes out in May, and we had a bunch of teases, right? America Chavez, Carl Mordo is back with dreadlocks. That's pretty rad and badass. And of course, the inclusion of Scarlet Witch, Wanda. I love that for the first time, the movie is referencing the TV show. Because if you've been watching Marvel shows since Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it sort of sucked that the movies just ignored everything. And at this point, they're trying to forget that era of the Jeff Loeb era of Marvel TV. And I get it. Nothing wrong with that. Place it in an alternate, like a what if scenario, I guess. But it's pretty cool, because the TV shows, especially these recent shows that debuted in 2021, they've done a lot for the universe and really expanded it into new areas that we haven't seen before. It's not the same as going to watch a movie. The TV shows really stretch out that universe and makes it feel livelier, I think. So that was really exciting. Obviously, we see her in a new outfit, right? A modified outfit from WandaVision. And we'll see what happens with that with her twin boys, if they show up or they get mentioned. And America Chavez, that's cool. I'm not really a fan of the character, but I'm excited to see her regardless. And at this point, we got all the Young Avengers, right? We're only missing Iron Lad, if I remember correctly. At least they didn't confirm then retcon the show in the same movie like Endgame did with Agent Carter. Oh my gosh, yeah, poor Agent Carter and poor Agents of Shield. They really worked their ass on that show. I stopped Agents of Shield in season 4 when they got done with the Inhuman stuff. I stopped there and didn't come back to it. It was a lot better than people were criticizing it for. I liked it. Season 1 was rough, but 2, 3, and 4 were pretty good. Plus, they made episodes in San Juan. I gotta be excited for that. They turned San Juan into an ancient Cree city post for the Cree, right? The Moro fortress turned out to be hiding a secret outpost for the Cree, and had Terrigan crystals to convert make the Inhumans and all that stuff. That was amazing. As an Inhumans fan, boy, I was so excited for that. If Mephisto wasn't Ralph Boner, then I don't want no Mephisto. Yeah, that's the problem. This year, everybody was a little bit too hyped, and just lower your expectations and just enjoy it for what it is. Because I saw a lot of people like super mad at the clickbait slash red herrings stuff like Ralph Boner, for example. I was okay with it. They said they weren't gonna mess too hardcore with the X-Men stuff, so it was just a nice Easter egg for fans. But the internet just did its thing. They went crazy with friggin' Ralph Boner memes. Let's see. What else can I talk about from the trailer? Also, I realized today that I'm getting old because back in my day, a teaser trailer would literally be 5 to 6 seconds of just the title card, a quick shot of something, and the date, and that's it. Now, Marvel considers the teaser trailer a 2 minute and 11 second fiesta of footage, which is basically a full length trailer. And then a couple months from now, probably late February, we're going to get the first trailer, probably around the Super Bowl time. And then a couple more months after that, in April, we'll get an international trailer with more footage. So you already have like 10 minutes worth of scenes. And then they do the TV spots, which would be 30-second ads. And then the actual movie comes out. And you will have around 15 minutes of scenes spoiled to you thanks to the trailers. So I just thought, man, I'm getting old. Now teaser trailers are full-length trailers. Jesus. But still, really cool. I love that it's Sam Raimi, so I'm interested to see his directing style implemented to Doctor Strange. That's going to be interesting. What else? Am I missing anything? Chad, am I missing anything from Doctor Strange that I should talk about? I think I covered everything, right? I know some of the footage is from something else that I'm not going to spoil. I'm surprised it took them this long to put the trailer out. It's been leaked online for a week. Really? I had no idea it was leaked. I haven't been paying attention, honestly. Because even though I'm not, I got to be honest with you guys. I'm not really in the mood due to, I don't know, personal stuff, I guess. I'm not really in the mood to go to the theaters. Not because of COVID or whatever. I'm not really in the mood for that stuff at the moment, so it doesn't feel right for me to go. So I abandoned the idea. I was going to go on the opening weekend, but I said, nah, I don't feel like it. It's not the end of the world. I'll watch it eventually. And curiosity got the best of me, and I think I saw it was either Reddit or Wikipedia or somebody uh, posted like the highlights from the premiere, like this happens, yes, this is confirmed, this happens. And I read some of it. I'm like, oh yeah, as expected, that's cool. But I don't know the full length, obviously. So I am trying to still avoid it just so I can be surprised eventually when I do watch it. Because it's going to be, what, like 3 months before any Blu ray comes out? Because Eternals already has a Blu ray coming out in either next month or February, I think. I don't know. So it shouldn't be too long. Blu-rays nowadays take like 3 to 4 months to come out. I can wait. It's not the end of the world. I want to say they did a very good. I want to say a very good chance you haven't seen Matrix Resurrection yet. Here's my short review. Happy face, uh, doubtful face, cross-eyed face, sleepy face with a booger coming out or a tear. Sorry, you fell asleep and then you woke up and realized, damn, I fell asleep. Okay, I've been hearing about that. I haven't seen Resurrection yet. I love the Matrix. I love the sequels. I recognize that they're not the best movies, but I didn't mind them. I saw them in theaters and enjoyed them. It was like watching a live action anime at the time. It was so meta and awesome at the end with the Dragon Ball style fights. The new one, I don't know. I don't know what to think. I am going to try and watch it. I had HBO Max. I think I can sign up again and watch it. I don't know. You still need to finish the first Matrix? Do that, please. That first one is awesome. Think of it as a live action anime because the Wachowski sisters, they are obviously heavily influenced by anime and Japanese cinema. Um, Stuff like Mamoru Oshii's Ghost in the Shell and old school anime and manga and like the samurai and martial art movies. So watch it for that, and you're gonna have a fun time. Ignore all the hate, because I always, if there's two conversations I hate about 2000s cinema or the mid odds, is the talk about the Matrix sequels and the talk about the Star Wars prequels. Those conversations are so played out. I enjoy the movies for what they are, and had a lot of fun with the sequels, and that's about it. And now this new one looks very meta, which is not really my cup of tea, but I'll watch it anyways because I love the cast, and I got to support it. First, Matrix is the best one. Yeah, the Wachowskis, they did an amazing Speed Racer movie. That is criminally underrated. I would wholeheartedly recommend watching that. It's so bright and colorful and really true to the anime and the manga and stuff like that. I think it's super underrated. Lars, I do not like the first Doctor Strange, and I'm not holding my breath when it comes to the sequel. Maybe it could change because of Sam Raimi, or at least I'm excited. Yeah, the first Doctor Strange is not my favorite. I did like the the ode to Steve Ditko when the psychedelic scene started happening. That was really fun, and the reveal of Dormammu and all that. But most of the movie I was just okay with. So yeah, I'm excited for this because of the multiverse and Scarlet Witch. Speaking of Keanu Reeves movies, they just announced a release date for Chapter 4. Should probably watch those too. John Wick Chapter 4. Yes, 2023, right? Do you remember we were supposed to have a Keanu Reeves day? Both Matrix and John Wick were supposed to debut at the same time, and that would have been amazing for Keanu fans. But it's probably for the best that it didn't happen. I've seen John Wick 1 and 2. I still haven't watched the third one, so I need to get on that. Wachowskis did a brilliant TV series on Netflix, Sense 8. I think I watched one episode and dug it and forgot to keep going. That happens a lot when it comes to streaming for me. But yeah, I remember Sense 8. Sense 8, yeah. Let's see. Let me check something out real quick here. I'm looking for an article. Hopefully, I don't get spoiled on something here for the Matrix. And Wachowski. I'm looking for the Wachowskis' filmography. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, here we go. The Matrix. Animatrix was a lot of fun. That's one of my favorites. Straight to DVD anime compilations. That was a lot of fun. Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Revolutions. They also worked on V for Vendetta. I kind of prefer the movie to the book. I tried reading the book and didn't enjoy it as much as I did the film. They wrote and produced that, by the way. Speed Racer, Ninja Assassin. Ninja Assassin wasn't that great. They produced it, but I didn't like that movie. Cloud Atlas, did not like that. Same with Jupiter Ascending. Sense 8, Work in Progress. That's another show. And they also worked on the video games. Enter the Matrix is a very important game. I recently saw on, was it TikTok? Yeah. Somebody in TikTok was posting like unsettling deaths in video games, and they put out the scenes from the Enter the Matrix video game. So when the server shut down, literally all the characters folded into a ball, screaming in agony as they were being electrocuted, and sort of like the server dying and all that stuff. And it was just an eerie, quiet scene of rolled up humans, of like a freaking Junji Ito manga, all across the floor. That is horrifying. Next Imaginon. Man, I was hoping you would show up, buddy. On a semi-related note to my Chris Cool recommendation, Paul, Why do you bring those names here? Let's see if I can pronounce that. Paul Verhoeven? Verhoeven's supposedly new torrid lesbian nun erotic religious thriller Benedetta is now out theatrically and illicitly online. Torrid lesbian nun erotic religious thriller. Is that that's the movie that's based on a real event, right? Because I think I saw a trailer for it, and it looks good. Looks interesting. I'll watch it. Whatever. Chris Cool. I have looked everywhere for freaking Chris Cool, my dude. I can't find that. I don't know. I'm not gonna be able to read it. I tried looking for it. I didn't find a digital copy that I can get. I even looked in some other questionable websites and I couldn't find anything. I'm at a loss. I only found like a preview which had like 20 pages and they looked really interesting. Like super the art was beautiful, super horny and whatnot. But looks interesting. I don't know. Let me know where I can find that freaking book digitally because I'm not gonna get it physically. Um, Keanu Reeves fans probably still recovering from Cyberpunk. I was so hyped for Cyberpunk before it came out last year. On the months leading up to it, like October and the start of November of last year, I was so pumped for that because I love cyberpunk stories and the idea of it. I'm like, man, it's the same crew that did the Witcher game, but now it's a cyberpunk in the future, and you can do whatever the hell you want. And then that fiasco happened, and I think the game was selling for like $10. The PlayStation 4 copy. That's crazy. I'm not interested in playing it, but that's crazy. Kenny, thank you for joining, buddy. Hey, OGO, love the Hawkeye series finale, so good. Also today, a new poster for Superman and Lois season 2 was released today. It has some Stranger Things vibe to the poster. Nice. I haven't seen it. Let me check that out. Superman and Lois. I need to see that. I keep forgetting to watch the. It's just I'm not big into TV shows. Like the Marvel stuff is an exception because I already have Disney Plus. I got to be honest, but it looks cool. Season 2 poster. Oh my gosh, where is it? Oh, here it is. Da, 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 da. Is this the poster? Let me know because I have no idea what I'm looking at. Is that the poster, Kenny? Looks pretty cool. It's pretty badass. I dig it. For me, Superman and Lois, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and Hawkeye were the best superhero TV shows of 2021. Nice. Have you, by any chance, read Berserker? And if so, does it earn your endorsement? Asking because I'm still curious, if only because of the promising art. I have not. That's on my read list. Sorry, but I am interested in it. I've heard not so great things from other people reviewing it on YouTube, but everybody's different, so maybe I'll like it. I'll let you know as soon as I'm able to read it. I'll let you know on a probably on a Monday show. CD Project Red, right? The Cyberpunk developers get a lot of heat, and I agree with it somewhat, but other developers release games in similar states and haven't gotten nearly as much backlash. Yeah, it's a shame, man. They really dogpiled on them, and I felt so bad. They did some crappy things, but yeah, people were just hating on them. CD Project Red is at least mostly consumer friendly. Yep, and they keep working at it. They're trying to fix their mess. And I got to commend them for that. Yes, it is. Thank you. Sorry, now I keep forgetting about the series. I have issues one online, but never got around to reading it. Oh, I like that you were talking to James, and I completely missed that, and I thought you were talking to me. Meh, I felt like a fool there. Okay, so you got my answer. You weren't talking about Berserker to me, but there you go. There was also something else. wait a minute, wait a minute. I gotta talk a little bit about it. Uh, this is some cool news that happened, right? Um, which website should I feature here? What the hell? I've never seen this website in my life. More news. Okay. Uh, give me a second, guys. I'm looking for a good website to feature on this stream. I'm not gonna share any link, you know. Whatever. Let's do this. Okay. We're going to the folks at Games Radar sharing the news of. There we go. This happened. So, they finally decided to do something about the Punisher, the character. I'm not going to get into the controversies and the topics and all that stuff. I'm just going to highlight the news that they finally showed his new logo, which is weird. It's a new maxi prestige format series, simply titled Punisher, from Jason Aaron. He has experience with the character before. This comes out in March 2022 in a 13-issue run, prestige format, so double-sized, right? And is it showing the logo? No, it's not. Okay. How do I show the freaking logo? Okay, here's the preview page. Oh, that's not the page. Son of a bitch. All right, give me a second. Oh, here it is. Okay, is it showing now? No, it's not. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Come on, man. Get your head in the game. There we go. All right, so this is the page that I saw that everybody was talking about, or whatever. People like to make a fuss about this. I didn't know this needed to be a news item in 2021, but here we are. That's the new logo for the Punisher, which it's so odd. I don't know, man. I find it even edgier than the previous one, than the classic logo. You know what I mean? Like it's so weird. Like yeah, you're going to Japan and the ninjas and all that stuff. I don't know. It's to me that looks like the equivalent of me taking the Omnibros logo and now I'm a streamer in Japan, so I gotta Japanify it, if you know what I mean. Like I didn't think they needed to change the freaking logo, you know. But I understand the controversies, so whatever. At the end of the day, it's only a 13-issue run. It'll go back. The status quo will revert itself because comics are cyclical. So please do not get upset about this stuff. This is just a comic book run. It'll come back to its original state eventually, and the stories will continue on and on and on and on and on. The new Punisher logo is okay, but odd at the same time. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't mind it. It's kind of odd looking. It's weird. I don't know. I'm not the biggest Punisher fan, so I'm not one to comment on it, but I don't know. It's kind of whacked up. It better. Oh, it will. It will. Just give it time. Think of it as a new venture for Frank, and eventually you'll get the classic costume back. You know, it's an iconic costume. You know. Have you read now, Lars? Is this to me or is this to James or Next Imaginaut? Let me know. I'm gonna read it anyways, but let me know. Have you read any of Matt Wagner's Grendel stories? Just read his newest release, Grendel Devil's Odyssey. I have not. I saw the omnibus picture and I made the joke that it reminded me of Cosmic Ghost Rider, but I'll check it out. If you dug it, I'll check it out. Me. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, Lars, yeah, if you like, did you like Devil's Odyssey? Let me know. I'll check it out. I feel like they only changed the logo since police and others used it, and that's kind of a different political message. Yeah. Honestly, my hot take, you didn't need to do anything for it. You didn't need to change it. You did not need to back down because the Punisher is not uh, it's not a character to glorify, but that's part of the MO and all that stuff. Like I don't know. Again, the character's been around for so long. Action figures, video games, movies. I think sane people understand the motives behind the character and what it represents, especially at the time when it was created back in the 80s in New York at the time. Yeah. But at the same time, I understand. Also, now he's got sword. Now he got the. These aren't katanas. These are these wakizashis, the shorter ones. It's just weird. It's weird to me seeing a Punisher ninja. I don't know. I don't like it. But again, I'm not the biggest Punisher fan, so everyone's too motivated by politics now and can't enjoy entertainment for being entertainment, art, or art. Yeah, I do get upset and bothered by people twisting the message behind Punisher for certain things that they do or motivations for what they think and believe and do and all that stuff, and they make it public because that's not the purpose of that character, but it's just art, you know. I don't think you should change it because people get upset at a fictional character with a fictional logo. Just saying. Don't cancel me or anything. I've been a fan of Grendel and Grendel's Hand since the mid '90s. Nice. All right, I'm in. I'll check it out as soon as I'm able to read it and stuff. I'll talk about it here. The Punisher is becoming the new Kenshin. No, no, Wasuke, better watch out, man. I gotta be honest with you guys. I kind of made I bought something that I don't know how to process the fact that I bought it. I didn't get Kenshin or anything, or I did, but I got the Kenshin movies, the live action stuff, because they were on sale, and I really wanted to see them because they're praised highly on the internet. But now I'm like, I don't want to support Watsky related stuff, you know. I remember back in 2011 for the New 52 and 2013 Man of Steel movie when Superman's logo was changed from the classic S shield. There was a 50-50 split on it, but eventually became accepted. Yeah. Also, that Punisher thing, it's a limited story. It's not an official status quo change. So people need to chill out. And James, did you hear about that other creep that they got? The one that wrote Galhokun? Was that is that the one I'm thinking of? Got another weirdo with the CP found on their homes. You can Google that, or no, or don't Google that, please. If you love the Tomasi and Gleason comic book run of Superman and DC Rebirth, I think you would love Superman and Lois. Geo, only difference is Superman is raising two sons instead of one. It looks fun, yeah. I just need to get over the fact that I'm investing time in a CW show, but I've heard nothing but great things about it. I'll check it out. Anything else that you guys want me to talk about? Non Spider-Man related, please, because I haven't seen it. While we do that, I got to give another shout out to our sponsor tonight. That is, of course, In Stock Trades, your home for all things collected editions. Look, guys, you saw the Hawkeye show, you saw that Doctor Strange trailer. We talked about Superman and Lois. We talked about Punisher. All these great characters. You can find collected editions for them at instocktrades.com, up to 50 to 60% off on books, whether it's an omnibus, trade paperback, hardcovers, deluxe editions, oversized hardcover, absolutes, epic collections, Marvel Masterworks, whatever it may be, manga, library edition manga, all that stuff, you grab it at instocktrades.com. Up to 50% off, loyalty discounts tack on an extra 2% to that. And if you order $50 or more in your collected editions order, you get free shipping. Wonderful packaging, great customer service. That is, of course, the official sponsor of Omnibros Live, instocktrades.com. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much to InStock Trades for sponsoring this channel. Also, I don't do the Patreon thing, but if you want to catch monthly hangouts with Gabe and Lou, check out the Patreon. Sign up for that. I think it's $5, or you can just do $1 and support the show. We would be forever thankful. There you go. Yes, I talked a little bit at the beginning of Dark Horse. We don't know the sales. I kind of wanted to know what the sales numbers were for that acquisition, but I guess we'll find out later. And I don't think we know anything about the status quo for the different IPs and what the creators are going to do. Some will stick around, others might shift and move to other publishers. I'm concerned about the manga, though. Hopefully it all remains there and not in a licensing limbo from that, because I'm getting some Dark Horse stuff that I want to see completed. I'm very interested in how they're going to make the new Kenshin anime. I still love the classic series, but I don't think we need a retelling. I don't think we need what am I going to say here? I don't think we need a new anime for that at all. There's so many good manga out there that could really use a nice adaptation to get more eyes on the books, and you're wasting time animating a show based on a manga from a disgraced creator. Come on, man. And it's Linden Films. Their track record is super spotty. If you look at their shows from 2021, it was all over the place. Yes, they did some really cool stuff, like Cells at Work, Code Black. Other Side Picnic was all right. What was the other thing that they did? The Kid from the Boonies, Starter Town, that was not that great. Missing something that they did. It was pretty famous. Oh my gosh, what was it? I'm looking for it here. Oh, Tokyo Revengers. Tokyo Revengers was good. Farewell, My Dear Kramer, I didn't quite dig. They also worked on Build Divide, which I did not watch. They're doing the new Sayuki. So the animation style from them is a little bit all over the place. I did like Code Black. That was awesome. But everything else was just kind of wonky. So I don't know why the interest all of a sudden. And people were excited, like, oh, the 90s are back because we got Kenshin and Bleach. And I'm like, yeah, that's all right. Do you believe My Hero Academia will end in 2022? I think when the manga ends, we will get a sequel just like they did for Naruto. Yep. I'm not buying it for a second. My Hero Academia is a cash cow at this point. We're going to get more movies. The anime is going to keep going because they're behind adapting the story, obviously. I think the story will end, and I don't think it'll end in 2022. I think it will slip towards the first quarter of 2023. It'll end. Maybe we get a little break and we get something later on. Because that world is built like a freaking DC and Marvel story where it can just keep on going with different ideas and characters and all that stuff. Just the nature of it being a superhero manga. I think it could keep going. So yeah, that's a little anime rant for you guys. Stay tuned for tomorrow. I'm going to do the last manga show of the year. Yes, on the 23rd. I don't really know the topic yet, but we're going to do the last manga show of 2021. So come back for that on the channel. And then next week is going to be interesting because it's the last week of the year and the last. This is the last week of the year. Yeah, the last week of the year, and we're going to do the final hauls, previews, and reads. And then Wednesday, I think Wednesday we're going to do, or I'm going to do. I'm the one doing these shows. I'm going to do a recap of like the best of the year when it comes to media, like TV and video games and films and stuff like that, and anime. I'll do that with you guys. Do a quick little list. And then Thursday is the Omnis, where we're going to talk about, well, I'm not going to be on, but the guys are going to be on, the best of the best when it comes to comics, collected editions, and all that stuff. So look forward to that. And the gift card giveaway, courtesy of In Stock Trades, that is not tomorrow, but next Thursday. So look forward to that, please. That's it. That's all I got. I got to go. It's late. I'm going to go watch some stuff and enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. You guys are awesome. Thank you to the chat. You guys are the true stars of this show. I couldn't do it without you guys commenting and helping me out with all that stuff. I love every single one of you guys. Oh, James, yeah, I will be. That will be in the conversation. Don't worry. That won't be the main topic, but we'll mention that because that's pretty important. So thank you to the chat as always. If you're watching this later, this broadcast, let me know what you thought of Hawkeye. Keep it spoiler free just in case, don't ruin it for other people. And let me know what you thought of the Doctor Strange trailer and the Dark Horse stuff. It's late. The Dark Horse stuff, all that, all the topics that we covered here tonight. Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you to the chat once again. Thank you to our sponsor, In Stock Trades. Thank you for watching. God bless. Stay safe out there. Catch you on the next broadcast.